What can I say? It was a hell of a night.
Hey guys, it's Jacob here. This is my 1.8 Predator Mark build classified for the Division. I'm making this build to show a few of my friends and viewers how to set up the crit hit chance and the damage on Predator to get the most crit hits out of it. First of all, I'm running 4,000 firearms, 9,000 stamina, 2,000 electronics. The 9,000 stamina is really important with this build, so you can get that tankiness and get the perk from this, which is when you have 9,000 stamina, the overtime bonus is increased by 120%, and that's very important. As you guys can see, I have most of my pieces optimized. Some of them are fully optimized. Like I think the gloves are the only ones that, see, the gloves or the holster, they're not fully optimized. They may or not be, I'm not sure. To go over the weapons, I'm using an MP7 as my primary. 16.1 base damage, 21% crit hit chance, 950 RPM standard, plus the extended mag increases it. It's got deadly, vicious, and responsive. Responsive is very important if you have it in the last slot, because that means it's free and you don't have to invest in any stamina in firearms. So as long as you have 9,000 stamina and you only have 4,111 firearms, and I think you need 4,700 if I remember correctly to get responsive. I could be wrong. But the attachments I'm using are extended mag, crit hit chance, and rate of fire. I have 119% magazine size. This could be better, but that's the best I could find. Pro red dot sight, 18% crit hit damage, 6% headshot damage, and 3% crit hit chance. Loud vent break, 18% crit hit damage, 3% crit hit chance, 2% accuracy, and 49% increased threat. You could use a suppressor on this if you'd like, but I choose to go with the loud vent break. That's just my preference. A small underbarrel, grip red, doesn't matter what color, as long as you have crit hit damage. This one has 19% crit hit damage, reload speed, and optimal range. Reload speed is really nice if you're running MP7, especially at the Predator, since you have the reload speed already. Over the secondary I'm using, which is the house, which everyone's using. This one's fully optimized. 19.7, 20% crit hit chance, 850 RPM, deadly, destructive, and card counter. I wish I had a better house, but this is the one that the RNG wanted to give me when I was at 10 hours left on the GE event. Talents on this, attachments, sorry, are extended magazine, which has crit hit chance, magazine size, and rate of fire. Only 118%. I need to find 119% or 120%, but I cannot because my luck sucks. Rugged mini reflex, 7.50% crit hit chance, 4% crit hit damage, and 4% optimal range. Tyrant suppressor, which I choose to go with suppressor on this, gets a little more crit hit chance since you're already hitting a little harder with this weapon since it's a higher base damage than the MP7. 7% crit hit chance, 4% damage, 2% reduced threat, and 4.50% optimal range. I think I have a little bit better suppressor than this, but since it's on one of my loadouts, I think it screws it up or something like that. Small grip, 90% crit hit damage. And for my pistol, I'm using the Centurion with deadly and harmful on it. I use harmful so you can put the bleed on people even more, which sounds a little bit silly, but it's there. To go to the pieces, I'm running 1928 stamina with mods on my Predator Mark vest, 2003. Year score is 288. I don't think I can roll this anymore. I think that's the max roll I got on this one. I rolled it for health, enemy armor damage, and ammo capacity I rolled on it. The mask is 1001 armor, rolled percent crit hit chance, roll for stamina, strength resistance. Knee pads are crit hit damage and stamina. The crit hit damage is really important since you guys can, hit really hard with your MP7 or the house. You could run health if you want to be a little bit more tankier, but I chose to go with crit hit damage. Same goes for the backpack, 1334 armor, rolled for stamina, 9% crit hit damage, and bleed resistance. Gloves, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and SMG damage, 1355 firearms, and 1001 armor. The last piece is the holster, which the holster is, all of them. It's rolled for, every single one. 4% crit hit chance, which I got lucky. This one is the only holster I could get crit hit chance rolled on it. All the other ones I could have re-rolled, but I wanted to have one that already had it on there so I could get the max rolls out of the scores. As for the character sheet, oh, sorry, that's the pistol. The MP7 is hitting at 57% crit hit chance and 130 damage. I don't know if this is a bug. It keeps going back and forth. It could be a bug, it could be not. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it is. But that's how hard I'm hitting with the MP7. Since I have Vicious, which makes your crit hit chance go up by 10%, which is really nice. And the house, if it will let me switch, sorry about that. The house is hitting at 60% crit hit chance and 102 damage. You could flip this and have a pro red dot sight and hitting a little bit crit hit damage, but I choose to go for chance instead. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. For abilities, I'm running the pulse for the crit hit chance and the damage. Another thing you can do is run the prototype's performance mods with crit hit damage or crit hit chance to get higher crits or damage. And also, I'm running all crit hit chance mods for stamina. I think one firearm on my set just for the crit hit chance. You could switch this up and run health to get that extra bonus, be a little bit tankier, or you could run stamina and get, have more tankiness, I guess. But as goes for the abilities, the pulse, as I said, booster shot, which you could run overdose, which I usually do, but I decided to try out booster shot today just to see how the damage would be with the MP7. I think overdose works a little bit more than booster because you have no stamina on this build, or not, my bad, no electronics. So basically what you're going to do is, if you're solo by yourself in the DZ, you're going to get killed by players that have the same build as you. Everybody's running 6-piece Predator, everybody's running 6-piece Striker. You could run overdose for the HP, but since you're already running 9,000 stamina, you're already tanky as is, so there's not a huge difference in both of these. If you run booster, you'll get a little bit higher damage. In some ways, I think the booster is a little bit better, but if you want to try to survive and get those few extra bars, you can use overdose. I'm using Recuv Link because that's usually I play solo with no one, obviously, or I run the Survivor Link because everybody else is running Recuv and one person's running Tac Link. Another thing you can do is run the box, which is the immune station, which you could throw on the ground and run in and out of so you don't get the bleed effect, which a lot of people do, and you can blow it up and get a healing HP faster if you'd like, instead of using the overdose, which is actually a really good decision if you're running by yourself or running in a group. But since I'm running by myself today, I decided to run booster. And that's really about it, guys, for the build. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments section and let me know. Another thing to note is when you go into skirmish with this build, it does optimize down to 8,000 stamina. So if you want to get that higher, you'll have to switch out these gloves or whatever you're running to have all stamina, and it goes to 10,000. And you will not have any weapons except the third talent on your weapon unlocked, which kind of sucks. So if you want to do that, go right ahead. The gun already kills people as is when you already have pretty crappy talents on it, but that's just a note. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next